What's up guys, Claydragon29 here. So now I'm going to be starting my deck reviews. So the first one I'm going to look at is my Assault Dragunity deck, which I showed you earlier. Of course the centerpiece card is a Stardust Dragon Assault mode. So his effect basically, so you need him with Assault mode activate, which I can normally either just draw or I get it from Assault Beast, which is pretty handy. So anyway, Assault mode's effect basically is that once per turn, so you can tribute this card to the activation of a spell trap card or effect monster's effect and destroy it. If you can get it this way, you can summon it at the graveyard the next turn. So it's kind of like Stardust, only you can negate any effect instead of just a destruction effect. You can just negate any effect, then bring it back. And if it is somehow destroyed, then you can special summon a Stardust Dragon from your graveyard. So if it's like destroyed by battle, then you get a Stardust Dragon back. So it's pretty good. Red Eyes Stardust Metal Dragon, we all know pretty much what that does. So that's pretty much a staple in any deck that kind of has dragons in it. You want to have Red Eyes in there. So Tempest is really handy, not for his first effect. It's a second effect where you can discard this card and one wind monster to your graveyard and add one dragon type monster from your deck to your hand. So basically you can send Tempest away normally with Phalanx. It's a really good combo, and then you can get Myceltian to your hand, which is always really good since it has to be a wind type dragon. So yeah, normally it's Myceltian, which is great. So Myceltian himself is really good combos with Phalanx. So we'll just go with Phalanx now. So his effect is once per turn, while it's equipped to a monster, you can special summon this card. So that works with Myceltian, because you can equip Phalanx to Myceltian. And also, if you brought out Phalanx with Ducks, which is the normal, starting combo, then you can bring it out, special summon out Phalanx, then tribute Phalanx again to bring out Myceltian, and then bring out Phalanx again with Myceltian's effect. So it's a constant loop, really. Now, Zephrys is the last monster card really we're looking at. So Zephrys' effect is brilliant. I run 2 because I find that I need to be able to draw him early. So he can only use his effect once, but the sooner you can activate it, the better. So basically his effect is you can return one face-up card you control to your hand, to special summon this card back to the field, but you take 400 points of damage. So that's a great combo with Dragon Ravine, because it means you can activate Dragon Ravine's effect twice, which is a really handy thing to do, because then one effect could be to get Phalanx to your grave, and the other effect could be get Ducks to your hand. So it's a really good combo play. So that's the main monsters. So now, spells and traps. So Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, Avarice. So those ones are all pretty straightforward. Avarice is really handy, especially to get Phalanxes and to get Duxes back to your deck, and also Myceltians back there. Terraforming just to get Ravine to your hand. Foolish Burial to send Zephrys or Phalanx to your grave is a really important one. Monster Reborn, pretty much a staple. MSTs, I run them just because I like to clear a back row when I'm going for a OCK or an FTK. It's really handy. A lot of people run Lancers now, but I prefer the old school MST. I explained Dragon Ravine to you. So normally, well, either one. So basically, the first effect is to get Ducks to your hand. The second effect is to send Phalanx to your grave. Starlight Road, pretty obvious way it's in the deck to just get Stardust Dragon out to our side of the field, so then we can use it with Assault Mode Activate to get Stardust Dragon Assault Mode. Okay, so that's the main deck, so it's 40 cards. All my decks 40 cards because I think it's good. It's a balance of 20 monsters, 20 spells and traps, but then again, when you look at Terraforming, they're basically 3 Dragon Ravines, so they're pretty much not really a dead draw, they're a really handy draw. And then, when you've got Tempest acting as Ravine as well, really good chances to get these monsters out to the field. Now, you could add in Veilers and Maxis. I don't, because, like I said, this is a fast deck that's trying to win early, and then if it doesn't win, it's just bringing out Stardust Assault mode. So that's why I don't really run it. Going into the extra decks, so now when you have, first one is Dragunity Knight Vajrayana, and its effect basically is that when it's synchro summoned, so normally this is done through Ducks and Phalanx, and when it's synchro summoned, you can bring back Phalanx basically from your grave and equip it to it, and then you could unequip Phalanx to double its attack, but I don't do that. I just bring out Phalanx again, and then I can sync into Stardust or Scrap Dragon. Scrap Dragon's only very situational. Normally I'll just go into a Stardust. The other level 6 is Gay Diag. Basically, this effect is really handy with Zephrys. You can bring it to your hand and then discard it straight away. So you can use this effect with Ravine. So can be kind of nifty, but I rarely use it. So as I was saying, Scrap Dragon just kind of situational. Probably the biggest situation though is trying to drag on. If he's got nothing in his hand, nothing really that I think he can use to stop him, I normally just bring out Trident Dragon and then just tribute 2 cards I have on the field. So he has basically 3 attacks and 9,000 damage really in the turn. So onto the XYZs now. So I've got 4 level 6 XYZs. So your 3 Dragon King of a Tomb. So his effect basically is you detach one XYZ material from the card, so to summon 1 Dragon monster from your deck, basically 0. So that's basically just for Red Eyes to bring it out to the field. And then Red Eyes can also work quite well with Zephrys. So you bring out Red Eyes with 0 attack, bounce it to bring out Zephrys, and then you can banish another one to bring out a full powered Red Eyes. If your opponent has like a really annoying effect monster that you really just want to negate the effect of, then you've got Photon Strike Bouncer. For that, I find it's good maybe if I'm going, or if I'm afraid of maybe Gauze or something coming out, I can just negate it. So then it's just Gauze by itself, which can be easy to destroy. Gaia Dragon the Thunder Charge, just to go over the top of a Tomb after it's used its effect to summon a monster, because once the Tomb's done that effect, it can't attack in the turn, so then you can bring out Gaia, which can attack and does piercing damage, which is really handy. So that's basically the deck that I've got. There are different variations that people used. You know, I've sometimes added Gauntlet Launcher into my extra deck, which basically you could detach one XYZ to destroy 1 monster your opponent controls, which is pretty handy. But I find that the deck that I've got here is very consistent at doing loops and everything, and as you saw in the duels, that it did that quite well. So this is the deck that I have. So yeah, please subscribe to my channel. We're doing a lot more deck reviews and other duels. So, you know, if you have any suggestions for what I should be testing or what I should be reviewing, please just give me a shout. Let me know on YouTube. So yeah, this is Claydragon29 signing out.